Learning paper for Upholstery, Year 3. Workplace Safety, Occupational Health and Safety Act. The Occupational Health and Safety Act, the OHS Act, is responsible for regulating and ensuring that health and safety standards are met by employers and employees, and by any person, including the general public, who could be affected by risk and danger emanating from the workplace. It even places responsibility on a seller of machinery not to sell machinery unless it complies with legislation. It also provides for the establishment of a National Advisory Council for Occupational Health and Safety. The following are some general requirements which should be met to ensure that work equipment is safe. Maintain equipment in a good state of and proper working order to avoid presenting a risk of injury. Use equipment only for the operations and under the conditions for which it is appropriate. Develop a planned preventative maintenance program to ensure equipment is kept in good repair. Identify items of equipment which must be tested or examined at predetermined intervals. Ensure workers who carry out repairs, modifications, maintenance, and servicing are competent. Keep records of maintenance checks, examinations, testing, and servicing. Power cables can become damaged if not properly routed or equipment is moved while plugged in, as may be the case with electrically operated beds, hoists, etc. Measures must be taken to reduce the likelihood and consequences of damage to cables in line with manufacturer's instructions. Make employees aware of any health and safety risks associated with work equipment. Safety practices. Employers are also required to train each worker required to use PPE, when it is necessary, what kind is necessary, how to properly put it on, adjust, wear, and take it off, the limitations of the equipment, and proper care and maintenance. Examples of PPE: head protection, eye protection, hearing protection, high visibility hat, vest and pants, chap pants, hand protection, foot protection, and a harness lanyard. HSE, Health, Safety and Environment. HSE, Health, Safety and Environment Management. HSE, Health, Safety and Environment, is a set of processes and procedures identifying potential hazards to a certain environment, developing best practices to reduce or remove those hazards, and then training employees for accident prevention and response. Why is HSE needed? Providing health, safety and environment training or information helps to ensure workers are not injured or affected by the work they do. Implement a positive health and safety culture that fosters health, safety and wellness. Manage workplace health and safety in a better way. Ensure well-being through advanced technology and professional development. Powered tools or equipment, non-consumables. You need to know what the tool looks like, the name, and the use thereof. This picture is of a staple gun. We use it to staple the material to the frame. This picture is of a compressor to give the staple gun the power to shoot the staples. A drill to build the frame of the product. A buttoning machine to cut and cover buttons used in upholstery. An iron to iron material before you lay out and cut. Cutting tables to have enough space to properly place pieces on the fabric. Hand tools, non-consumables. A scissor to cut material and yarn. A hammer to hit staples sticking out. Measuring tape to measure fabric and wood, especially curves. Tape measure to measure framework, wood, hardboard, etc. Staple remover to take out staples that were wrongly stapled. A rubber mallet to hit leather stamps. A meter ruler to measure wood and large pattern pieces. A square ruler to make 90-degree corners perfectly. A sewing gauge to measure small distances. A G-clamp to hold material in place while working. Screwdrivers to remove or fasten screws. Needles to use for hand sewing and machine sewing on fabric. Measurement, measuring equipment. You need to know the name, the picture, the use, and the care and maintenance of each of these. A tape measure. It's used to measure large pieces of wood, etc., usually measuring in meters. You take care of it by cleaning it with a lint-free cloth. A measuring tape. Measure pieces with curves. Can measure in meter, centimeter, and millimeter. Take care of it by keeping it dry to prevent rusting. A sewing gauge. It measures smaller lengths like seams and hems, measuring in centimeter and millimeter. The care and maintenance. No direct sunlight to prevent stretching. A steel ruler. You measure foam and material and marking it for cutting, measuring in centimeter and millimeter. Make sure numbers and marking are legible. A square ruler. Measure foam and material and marking it for cutting, making sure corners are 90 degrees. Check to make sure the measurements are still accurate. Measuring with a steel ruler and measuring tape, steel and fabric. A steel ruler used to measure smaller straight pieces of materials. A measuring tape for fabric used to measure curves. A measuring tape steel used to measure big pieces of wood and other large materials. Basic units of measurement. Millimeter to measure small lengths like seams, hems, buttonholes, etc. Centimeter to measure a bit longer length like seams, hems, pattern pieces, etc. Meter to measure longer lengths like when you buy fabric, wood, etc. Calculations, converting from millimeter, centimeter, and meter. Let's take the first example. If we want to take 15 centimeters to millimeters, what do we need to do? If we start on centimeters and want to go to millimeters, we need to multiply by 10. So, 15 centimeters multiplied by 10 is 150 millimeters. Second example, 45 meters to centimeter. So if we start with meter and want to go to centimeter, we need to multiply by 100. So 45 meters times 100 gives us 4,500 centimeters. If we want to take 20 millimeters to centimeters, what do we need to do? If we start with millimeters and want to go to centimeters, we need to divide by 10. So 20 millimeters divided by 10 gives us 2 centimeters. The last one, 75 centimeters to meter. So if we've got 75 centimeters and we need to go to meter, we need to divide by 100. And that gives us 0.75 meters. Calculate perimeter, area, and volume. Perimeter, that's the distance around the shape. It is measured in units like millimeter, centimeter, meter, and kilometer. How do we calculate this? We add all the sides together. Area. Area is the space that covers a flat surface. It is measured in square units like millimeters squared, centimeters squared, or square millimeter, square centimeter, square meter, or square kilometer. Can you see that there's a 2? That means I have 2 things that I need to multiply with each other. The length and the width. The length and the width. That will give us the area. Volume. Volume is the space taken up by a 3D shape. It's measured in cubic units. So cubic millimeter, cubic centimeter, cubic meter, and cubic kilometer. You can see that there's a 3, so we know that we need to multiply 3 things with each other. The length, the width, and the height. Here's just an example of how to calculate area. Remember we said it's length times width. So if we look at this, the length is 10 centimeters and the width is 7 centimeters. So 10 times 7 gives us 70 squared centimeters. Technical drawing. If we look at this picture, there are 3 sides that we can see just by looking at it like this. If we are asked to do a top view of a specific object, it is what you see when you look at something from directly above. In this example, you will only see the side with the 3 dots. If they ask you to give the front view, that is what you see when you look at something from directly in front. In this example, you will only see the side with 1 dot. The side view is what you see when you look at something exactly from the side. In this example, you will only see the side that has 5 dots on it. Here's another example. If we look at a chair, the side view is the product seen directly from the side. The front view is the product seen directly from the front. The back view is the product seen from the back, and the top view is the product seen from the top. Good luck, year 3s.